you guys, Chelsea here. I'm coming on almost an hour early for the 13th episode of Multifaceted. I had a little bit of a scheduling change this afternoon, so here I am, a little bit early. And for anyone that was expecting this to happen at 1, it'll already be here, pre-recorded, so all is well. Sometimes things change. Sometimes we need to shift and adjust things, but I think it's always still important, whatever it is that we're doing, that we show up in the best way that we can. And I'm so happy, I'm so excited about today's topic about mastering love. One of my favorite topics to talk about. One of the things that we need the most in the world right now. And it's not something that necessarily comes easy to us. So I'm going to be exploring that today, exploring love, one of my favorite topics. Also one of the biggest challenges that we face, one of the things that we desire the most from others, and one of the things that we struggle to give ourselves. And we've talked about this in previous episodes of Multifaceted, how important that is. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about how the most important relationship you'll ever have is with yourself. I'm going to touch on that a little bit again today, but today is really about mastering love with all of the people in our lives, in our most intimate relationships, with our family members, with our children, with our friends, and with strangers. And just a reminder of what we're all here for, what this is all about. This is Multifaceted. This is a weekly live series that has been going on for a couple of months now, and it all came out of a desire to have a conversation about the multi-dimensionality of who we are, the many layers of who we are, all of the things that make up our human experience, and also how coaching in its very multifaceted approach can support us on so many layers and levels as well. So it's an opportunity and a conversation. I am by no means an expert at love, which is of course the topic of conversation today. Mastering love has, I would say, been a lifelong journey for me. It's something that is so incredibly important for me, and I think many of us, as I mentioned, it's what we all desire. To be loved, to feel love from those around us, from those in our lives, and we desire that first, and we forget, first and foremost, of how loved we are by Source, by God, by our Creator, how beloved we are. And that's an important thing to connect to and to remember, especially if, things have been a struggle lately. It's just to really feel and connect to this endless, bottomless, forgiving, compassionate, healing source of love that we all have access to and can tune into and connect to and feel. Many of us have, or we're walking around with our hearts closed and we don't feel it. And so having our hearts, our awareness of how we may have closed our hearts, we may have hardened our hearts, built up walls for fear of being hurt, with a desire and intention to protect ourselves, but then we shut out all opportunity to feel love. And so just connecting to that within yourself right now, noticing just the energy, the sensation around your heart space. How's it feeling today? How open is it? We can often, and this is something that I did for so long, we can often walk around with our hearts closed, with our shoulders hunched forward, trying to protect ourselves. And so actually just beaming your heart Shoulders back, shining your heart out on the world. 18. It starts with us first. It starts with us feeling loved, knowing that we're loved unshakably, without a doubt, and connecting to that. And then the next step is, of course, coming to terms with any ways that we may be withholding love from ourselves, any ways that we may be hurting ourselves, harming ourselves, blocking ourselves, just withholding love, withholding what we're deserving of, what is our birthright. And so much of that comes from trauma, things that we were told. Maybe love was withheld from us from an early age. We weren't able to receive it. We didn't have the ability to receive it. It wasn't given to us. No matter what happened in the past, here in this present moment, you are, and you always were worthy of all the love in the world. And so it's a release of the trauma, of the lies, of what was withheld from you, and a remembering, again, here in this moment, of what you are worthy of what you deserve, and that is to feel loved. So we connect to Source and we give it to ourselves unconditionally, especially in the hardest moments, especially in those moments that we make a mistake, or because none of us are perfect, one of our, not best qualities is shining. We gotta love every part of ourselves, even the hard parts that are hard to love. And that's really key for also being able to love all of the traits and the people in our lives, the people that we choose to be in relationship with, the people that, are our immediate family. That can also sometimes be a struggle to love, especially because of the history, the pain, the stuff that was carried down through our family lines, the confusion, the inability to see love, the inability to give it, to receive it, to share it. So again, it starts with us. And as soon as we can connect to that, it's that much easier to share it with those of us in our lives. And again, for the people that you choose to have in your life, they're not going to be perfect. They're not going to love you exactly the perfect way that you need to. You can certainly tell them what you need. You can certainly share with them what you desire, what would really help you feel their love land and connect in your heart. We can't expect another human being to understand and know exactly what we need, and there are so many different ways to love. And we're all also on this journey, this learning journey, this struggle to just get through each day. We have a lot going on, a lot of layers, a lot of confusion, a lot of difficult things going on that can also get in the way. And one of the biggest hindrances for us to be able to love the other people in our lives, one of the biggest blocks, aside from potentially having our hearts closed, is our ego. It's that part of ourself that really is so committed to being right no matter what, at all costs, to prove another person wrong, to show them where they did wrong. Ego is like an armor, like a block to love. And so it's so important to recognize and notice where our ego is getting in the way, where our convictions and our expectations of another are blocking us from being able to love them and being able to receive love from them. One of the most powerful things in the world to do in the middle of an argument, in the middle of a really frustrating experience with someone that you love, but that you're struggling to have that experience of love because of seeing things completely differently. You know, this ego battle where each person has to be right. One of the most powerful things you can do is to just drop that and just allow the love to flow through, to let go of the need to make the other person wrong, to let go of the need to win, because really nobody wins in those situations. So really recognizing where the ego is getting in the way and preventing that flow of love. It really is like a wall. One of the most beautiful things that I've learned in recent years from an incredible mentor, her name is Leslie Tavernier, she's a love coach, are 4 important and beautiful energies to embody around the people that we love the most, that we desire to love us. 4 very beautiful and simple things that we can connect to and feel for the people, even when it's hard, even when it's a struggle, and recognizing where the struggle comes from in these moments. So those 4 things are trust, our ability to trust another person, to put our trust in them, our ability to accept them for who they are, our ability to respect them, and our ability to appreciate them for who they are as well. And appreciation, if you could get into that energy of appreciation for someone, you know, after hearing this, the next time you're in the vicinity of someone that you love, maybe it's a struggle to love them right now, is to just focus on what you appreciate about them. Just look at them, notice the traits and the qualities. Remember the things about them that drew you to them in the first place. The qualities that might now, in some ways, drive you a little bit crazy, but connect to them. And just remember what you appreciated in the beginning, and allow that appreciation to expand and to grow and to get bigger. What you notice, what you appreciate, what you put your energy on will expand and grow. And if you have potentially been noticing the not so good qualities of the people that you chose to love or choose to love, or the people that are in your family, notice how that expands and grows, or has been expanding and growing. What you focus on will expand, and there's room for all of it. Remember that we're all human. Not any one of us is perfect. It's going to show up in exactly the perfect way. It's going to be able to give us exactly what we need. This is why it's important to have other relationships, other friends, other companions, other family members, other people that have the same interests as you. If you try to get everything from one person, you're never going to get what you need. It's just not going to happen. Just remembering that whatever you focus on expands. And so in this whole journey of mastering love, I'm going to leave you with a summary of what I just said. remembering first that you are beloved. You are so loved, so unconditionally loved and supported by your Creator, by God, by Source. And that love is shining down on you all of the time. You just need to notice it, appreciate it, connect to it, and feel it. Let it in through an open heart. Turning that love on yourself, on all the layers of who you are. Those that you're proud of, those that you struggle to be proud of. Be proud of yourself no matter what. Love yourself no matter what. And then connect to the people around you and really tune into this energy of appreciation and admiration for the best things within them, the things that you love, connecting to those. And just noticing where your ego can sometimes get in the way. You need to be right. You need to win, to make another person wrong. Just noticing that as a barrier, as an armor. And just practice this. These couple of simple steps. We need more love in the world, more than ever. Right now, we need it. And there's a lot of ego battles going on in the world. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of pain. And it's going to be love that gets us through this. It's going to be love that wins out. And we just need to remember that and connect to it as often as we can. And when we forget, we need to remember and forgive ourselves and keep loving ourselves and keep moving forward. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any thoughts or questions, I would love to hear. We are moving on to an entirely new topic for the month of September, and I couldn't even tell you what it is right now. I don't have it right in front of me. So maybe I'll do a little announcement and share what that is coming up. But it's been an incredible pleasure to talk about relationships this month in August, throughout the end of the summer, and today has been my favorite. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love and appreciation and gratitude for being here, for shining your light, and for being such an incredible human being. Thank you, and I will see you again next week.